Hello everybody. It's been a while since I posted a video, so I think it's time. The weather has been changing for the better. Finally, the rain and sadness and cold have kind of given way to some nice lush greens, and trees are starting to, well, some of the trees, like that one is. This one is late bloomer, but in any case, I haven't really posted a video in a while because there's really nothing new to post. This Ford Fusion serves me well. Drive it every day to work, back, commute, kids, stores, shopping, nothing new to post. So it's been a great trooper. I've put on about 4,000 miles since I got it. Works like a charm, so nothing new to report. But the focus of today's video is I got a unique opportunity to compare this 2022 Subaru Forester that belongs to my mom to our 2016 Subaru Forester that belongs, well, to us, to our family, but primarily a driver for my wife. So here's an interesting thing that happened. So my mom bought this car about a year and a half ago. And she bought this car because it came as a highly recommended from us right here. Now, she, like so many other people, tried to compare and contrast to a CR-V, to a RAV4. I think those are the two main competitors. I suggested that she tries also Mazda, like CX-5, but I don't know, she's not a Mazda person. I don't know if somebody told her once that it's, Mazdas are not as reliable or something like that. I did warn her that Mazda would probably be the smaller of all, of the four of these. And her and I, we did go to a dealership, a Toyota dealership, and once again, this was a year and a half ago, so maybe remnants of COVID was still around or something like that, I don't know. And basically the salesperson told her that, oh, you're interested in a RAV4? Okay, well, let me get all the information, and then you'll just pre-order it. And we were like, well, we want to test drive it first. We want to check it out. He basically told us that, hey, there are no RAV4s. The only way to get a RAV4 is basically to put a $500 deposit, pick and choose which options and features you want. When the car comes in about 3 months later, they'll call you, and basically by that time you're just making a decision. Hey, do I forgo my $500 deposit, or do I actually proceed with the purchase? And of course, no discounts, no rebates, no nothing. So we're like, okay, that's not the way we want to go. We want to test drive it. So that was not an option. Then we went, I think, to a Honda dealership, and then we had a very similar experience. The salesperson just assumed that, oh, you want a CR-V? Okay, yeah, just put down a $500 deposit and go for it. We were like, whoa, whatever happened with just, like test driving and making decisions? Like, we're not even asking for a discount. And they're like, nope, no, due to the popularity, due to shortages, due to whatever. That's not the way you buy cars anymore. You, by the time you show up to a dealership, it's like you're ready to buy. So we went away. Then I suggested to her, I was like, hey, Subaru Forester, right? Do you like a little SUV, a little crossover? Hey, she test drove this one some time ago, and she loved it. And we told her, hey, great little car. Nothing extraordinary, but good in snow, good all around, and it's fine. So she was like, okay, well, let's go to a Subaru dealership. Went to a Subaru dealership, and this particular one was their service department owner. So it was brand new, so to speak. Like, it was never titled, but at the same time, it had, like, I don't remember how many, few thousand miles. And she test drove it. She actually got to test drive this car, right? What a novel idea. Actually having a vehicle in stock to test drive. She test drove it. She loved it. Signed for it that same day. So why am I even making this video? Is because I love to compare and contrast, different vehicles. So we have a 2016, we have a 2022, and these are both the same trim. So this is what's called a premium trim. So it's the one step above the most basic model. Same thing like this one. Now, Subaru, they have so many different trim levels. They had back then, and they still have now. And I don't, like, yeah, you can get lost, and they have like the Onyx edition and like the Nightshade, some crap, Granite, Onyx, I don't know it anymore. So so these two vehicles are the same trim, but they're separated by 6 years. Let me actually find out what year this is. I want to say it's a 2022, but who knows? Let's take a look. No, it's a 2021. Oh, I stand corrected. See, November 20. So this is a 2021, and she bought it in 2022. Okay, makes sense now. That's right. Sorry about that. So this is definitely 2016. So I want to make this video to compare and contrast these two, vehicles separated by actually just 5 years, not 6 years. And I love making videos like this, and I know they don't get a lot of views, but I'm making this for myself. I love to compare a Chevy to a Buick to an Oldsmobile to a Cadillac, or a Lincoln to a Mercury to a Ford, or a Toyota to a Lexus, or a Honda to an Acura. I like to see what are the little subtle differences the manufacturers make, and kind of go on exploratory missions, especially the interior. The interior is really interesting. So, all right, so let's start. So here's a 2016. Nothing extraordinary. Actually, this Lincoln Navigator that somebody is, I'm assuming, getting a visit from, who lives in these condo buildings, is beautiful. Sorry, but I digress. All right, so in 2016, as you can see, the front, it's nothing to write home about. Look, no fog lights, chrome. All right, so chrome. You got the big Subaru badge kind of deal. All right, well, it looks fine. It looks a little bit dressy up, as far as like the chrome on the front. But then let's go forward 5 years. So no more chrome. You have this satin finish. Okay, so they switched it up, and they made it more, I guess, pentagonish. I don't know, 1, 2, 3. Well, no, it's more of a hexagon, right? Because I got 6 angles. That one, okay. So a little different, but not too much. Not too much. But this one has fog lights, so they reworked it. So I guess when this Forester was around, I think to get fog lights, you had to step up to like the next one, which is the Limited. But this one, on a premium trim, you get fog lights. Nice. Headlights, yeah, headlights are a little different too. So they got, I guess, more of an eyebrow type of deal, and you have the, yeah, so a little bit, so classier. This one, yeah, very basic. I think these are also halogen. Yeah, they're also halogen light bulbs, so nothing fancy. The wheel design has changed. Okay, very basic, nothing major. Okay, you have a little fancier, kind of a snowflake design. Okay. Body color mirrors, so they have mirrors where they were before. And see, I got my Fusion on the side. So look, all 3 cars, they have the mirrors on the doors instead of the A-pillar, so that's kind of interesting. They both have this huge moonroof, but at the same time, and I need to check on this one, but on this one, the moonroof stays shut 99.9% of the time because it doesn't tilt and there's no tint on it. So the only thing you can do is to slide it open. But once you slide it open, the sun starts beating you up. So it's not a very useful sunroof. It is designed, I guess, to make you feel like you're driving with a pseudo convertible. But the problem with that, once again, you're starting to get beat up by the sun. You're not really getting a benefit of having wind. And by the way, if you open it all the way up, you have wind all over the place. So yeah, it's not a good thought out design. A big difference here, and once again, this is the premium trim, you have their eyesight. We'll talk about it when we get in there. So the eyesight feature, I think they made it standard by that time. But over here, no. This one does not have an eyesight system, so none of your collision avoidance, none of your lane keep assist, none of that is happening here. Now, I want to say I prefer to not have it. The only reason for that is because I have it here. And yes, I love some of the features, but at the same time, there's a lot more electronics involved. And from what I heard, the eyesight system, although it's a good system, it has a lot of gremlins. Now, maybe they've, worked it out by the time this car came, but from what I remember hearing, a lot of people will get all sorts of, warning lights that would show up, and then the cameras would die that actually keep an eye on the road and on the stripes and all that stuff. So hopefully my mom doesn't have any of those things happen later on, but at the same time, I don't know. But yeah, this car has nothing. This car has full features, even though it's got, the same kind of trim level, but 5 years later. Oh, another big thing. So this is, here, let me fish out the keys, because I remembered having these little lines. So we have a standard good old-fashioned key on our 2016. By the time 2021 rolled around, she graduated to a full-blown remote with smart access, and you can lock and unlock, and you do have a button that starts the vehicle. So comparing that to my 2020 Ford Fusion, where they cheaped out, I have the same remote, but I do not have these little lines that would allow me to open and close the door. So, but although I do have a push button, so that's kind of interesting. All right, so looking here at the back, so yeah, so they definitely switched up the design. And also looking at this, they gave this car like a little, like almost like a mini spoiler, but at the same time they didn't want to tuck away the windshield wiper underneath it, which would probably, you know, made more sense. Instead they're just flopping around here. But if you look right here, they also gave it kind of like a C shape taillights. But as far as like the overall profile, it's around the same. I mean, okay, you have the same type of plastic around. You have the Subaru badges. Everything is kind of the same. But if you look at this one, no spoiler. Same place, the windshield. Yeah, the different headlights you can kind of see here. Kind of see it right there and right there. I don't know. I replaced taillights on this vehicle already once. It was actually pretty easy to do. I don't know how it's going to happen or how to do it on this vehicle, but hopefully it's at least half as easy here, because on a town car it was also pretty nasty. Like you had to get rid of the carpeting in the trunk, you had to pull away the panel, you had to get rid of the entire assembly. I don't know. These are LEDs. These are just regular light bulbs. I don't know, what are these? I don't know, I can't see. Could be one of these LED things. It's again, I don't know if she's ever going to have to do it or not, but hopefully it's easy enough. But yeah, you can see, so they spiced it up a little with the spoiler situation. All right, let's take a look on the inside. Oh, as far as like the dimensions go, I mean, they're basically the same car. So, all right, so here you can pull away. So let's take a look. Now the interior, now my mom's pretty short, so I'm gonna have to move it back. No, I still got the new car smell. So on the inside, let's check this out. So they definitely changed some things here, made it a little bit more premium, more chrome. Like we don't have this in chrome. The door handle's a little different, and then I'll show you how it is. They kind of made this a little nicer. This is fake leather, but it does feel and looks like leather. Different window switches, different mirror switches. So yeah, different seats. So now they have this kind of a two-tone. This is not leather, and this is not leather. So this is vinyl, this is fabric. They do have, you know, the power on the driver's side only, and then you have this other design, a little bit more premium, but once again, no, nothing, you know, to kind of write home about. All right, looks like her floor mat kind of flew away. There you go. Let's attach it here. All right, different setup here, so way more buttons than what we have in ours. They have a memory lift gate now. You have these auto start stop, which we don't have. I don't know, some sort of stability handling. I don't know what that means. Lane keep assist, or no, I'm sorry, blind spot monitoring. A power lift gate this one has. Ours does not. Leather trimmed steering wheel with these huge grips right here. See, my mom is rolling in sport. Different button setup. So this is like the more modern, and she does have the smart climate control. Smart cruise control. We don't have that. Gauges, and then this screen is much different now. Different setup here. Yeah, so actually, so they spiced this thing up a lot better. So let's start it up. Oh, focus. So the gauges do the little sweep. Up. Copyright, no, we don't want any copyright infringements. All right, let's open this up. Oh, both of these windows are auto down. I think on ours is only the driver's side is. So check this out. Still no temperature gauge. Still got that little blue light right there. So she's got 24,213 miles. We're pushing like, I think 51, 52, something like that. Yeah, so way different. So this is now in color. Whoa, focus, come on. This is now in better color. Go away, wizard. So you see? And this display is different. And it still has the CD. I think on the newer ones, no more CD. Also, this one has auto climate control. We do not. Now, in my previous video I made when I was changing the filters, and this is one of the things that we're also going to do today in this car. I'm going to check it for her because she's one of those people, yeah, she relies on the dealership and the Jiffy Lube to tell her when to change the filters. So I'm going to check it for her. So yeah, so the auto climate control, but in my video when I changed the on that Forester its filters, I commented, man, how easy it is. Just pull down the glove box and you could see, like, I played around with the climate control and I saw the temperature register change in there. I'm like, man, this is brilliant. If something ever changes or breaks, like, it's easy to fix. So here you got automatic stuff, different shifter setup. It's still got the heated seats in just the way I love it. They're little different switches, but these are the ones you can just leave on and turn the car off. So when you do a remote start, with this car does not have remote start, but if you do, you can just leave them on and then they will come on automatically. But then, like, she does have the X mode on ours. We didn't have the X mode back then. And then there it is. So, all right, glove box the same way. And yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. You see this huge moonroof right there? Does it tilt? No. You see, it does not tilt. So the only thing you can do with this sunroof, and the same thing on ours, you can open it up like that. And then like this, and then you can open it up all the way. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. This is, I mean, you see how much sun is shining, and I'm wearing a hat because I was just outside. And yeah, so this, although it creates a nice experience, but it's only for the few people. All right, I'm not going to play around with the radio and all that, but yeah, I mean, you have all your standard, control that you can change. Like this, this actually controls right there. This display, you can kind of see that. And then I think the info button controls like all this stuff. So they made it nicer, they made it color, but other than that, just made it a little bit more premium. And once again, this is the one above the base level, which I kind of think it's nice to have. All of a sudden you have leather on the steering wheel. I don't like the fact that you can't put your hand down there, so they specifically blocked it. But it's more modern. Okay, this doesn't flash. I thought maybe this would just start flashing. Yeah, so it is nice, nicer looking graphics and all that good stuff. And then she's got a few buttons up here for your collision avoidance and for your lane keep assist and all. It's this huge array right here with the cameras. Oh, looks like she's got a little extenders here. I think this got a little bit nicer. Like, I don't think we have these card holders. All right, and oh yep, LEDs, and we don't have LEDs here. In the back, it's the same thing. See, she carries grandkids here, and then the trunk is the same way, but you do have a power trunk. All right. Oh, also the window kind of slows down a little when it gets to the top. All right, we're gonna shut it off and see, nicer display. Now, for our 2016, I mean, I already filmed it. It's not a whole lot of interesting in here, but I will show you. So we do have the remote start on ours, which we installed from Best Buy. So you see the good old-fashioned way. See, much more basic, as you can kind of tell. This is the old school. This is the old school Subaru. You see, no chrome here. These are basic. You see only the driver's auto up and down. The seats are basic. Once again, they're just gray. Nothing. No leather on the steering wheel. They had spaces for extra buttons, but like this one would be for the auto trunk, which we don't have. Let's see. Let's move this back a little too. See, everybody. I mean, I'm not a giant, but everyone around me is shorter. All right, yeah, so you can kind of see where we are here. Manual climate, that display here. I guess I don't have to start it, but we don't have to start it, but we'll start it. Oh crap, where's the key now? There it is. The interesting thing about this one being 2016, so we got like 52,000 miles. I think this was the transition or the mild refresh year. So this was the funny thing, or this is the funny thing on this car. I don't know how much you can see it. Okay, but I'm turning on the headlights. Look at this. You have the gauges here glowing in red. But this display glows white. You have all these buttons here and here at nighttime, and here on the climate control. You see that on the back? They glow red. I think this is because that's how it was on the previous year. Everything was red. But this 2016 year, this is, I think, when they introduced this display, and I think they were playing around with that display, and you can kind of see right there. And this display and all these buttons and that display, they glow white. And also this middle display, for some reason, glows white. So this is where, when you drive this car at night, you get this weird situation where it feels like these two things, they came out of different cars. And I think they really did, because that was new, or these are new. And I got to look at the pictures, like what about 2015 or 2014 before this? Yet these remained the same, and in that year, if you got the higher end trim, yeah, these dials would be swapped out for for automatic climate control. But you see these blinks, they kind of made a nice, to blend in, but these turn into some sort of functional buttons on the automatic climate control. I'm going to try and find a picture here to post. So they kind of made it nice, they don't call out for the blanks that they are. But then like the X mode, this is where the X mode buttons would be. But because this is a premium, we did get the heat. We did get the heated seats, and once again, the buttons are a little older style, but they are still here as a premium. And also as a premium, just like on the other one, you get this huge moonroof, but once again, it only opens and closes. You cannot, you can stop it halfway, but you can't really do, much else on it. So that's kind of what it is. So you can see much more basic. They spiced it up a little for the 2021 model year. No leather, not even grips. That's kind of weird. Steering wheel is older design that was shared from before, but you got the same type of situation there. All right, let me go and explore the filter situation on that vehicle. All right, so this is kind of an interesting and unexpected twist of a story here. So first of all, ours has a gas prop, and ours never came with a beauty cover, as you can see. Now, if you guys remember, I posted a video here over the winter, and I'm like, what is all this crap that came out of the battery? And then one of you said, well, that's just how the battery acid, I guess, reacts to some of the salt. I forgot to clean it off, to be honest with you, but looking at it now, it kind of self-cleaned. Well, kind of. So I guess maybe just as as she keeps driving, some of it just keeps blowing off and not, producing any more of this weird stuff. So I guess it is what it is. It starts. The battery's from 5/20/20, so we'll see what happens. If we get rid of this car closer to August, I guess we don't have to worry about it. I'll just let the next person know, or if they watch the video, they already know. So yeah, I guess. So the battery's fine. It starts, even when it was super cold, it started just fine. So this weird crap that comes out doesn't really affect anything. But look, we have a gas prop. No engine cover. Look at this. This was new to me. They deleted the gas prop. So we have a manual prop, but we do have this beauty cover here. Oh, look, somebody, when they changed the oil last, they put their thing. So as far as the rest of this goes, it's pretty nice and clean underneath here. For stop start, okay, they don't have the white crap that I guess we accumulated here. But we do have the air filter in the same place like what we have on ours. So I know how to work it. I will pause it and do it, and then I'll show you guys. Yeah, it looks like no leaves or crap here, so that's nice. All right, let me see. I need two hands for this. All right, here it is. Yeah, the same way you release two clamps right there. The whole thing came out. Somehow it's a little deformed, so I'm not sure why that is. But it is an original Subaru Denso made in USA. Wow, that's interesting. Filter that seems to be pretty clean. So I'm going to tell her that maybe next year she needs to replace it. She doesn't drive very far. She doesn't drive even on the highway. So here you go. So this, as far as this filter is concerned, we are good to go. All right, so I'll put it back and we'll check the others. All right, so compared to the engine air filter up there, this one is a bit more stuffed. So you can kind of see all the crap that fell inside. It's not bad. It's not bad. But what I'm going to do is I will tell her that I cleaned it off. I kind of banged all the little loose leaf stuff in there. It's not super dirty. It can still work for probably the next, 3 to 6 months. But I will tell her that next time, I'll just order her, a full set of filters. We'll replace the one under there. And then we'll replace, I'll replace this one, because buying these things on on Amazon is like $12-14. Getting stuff like that replaced at Jiffy Lube is $40, $50, $60, which I think is the biggest ripoff in the world. But I guess you pay for the convenience and somebody does it for you and you have it right there. But yeah, I mean, it's exactly the same way as on my 2016. You have the blower motor right in there. You can see it. You pull the glove box, and the only thing that's holding the glove box is this little strut. And there you go. The whole glove box just comes out in one piece. I actually managed to take it off without removing all the content, which seems like it's pretty stuffed. And it's right there. And then, yeah, to reinstall it, you just make sure that this way is up. The whole assembly just slides right in there. We got a bunch of stuff out of it, and that's the way. And that's the way it should be, guys. Every vehicle should be easy and seamless. Not go crazy with removing panels and screws and all that, but I already covered all that. So in any case, so here's a look for, into two vehicles, same manufacturer, different years. Some things got upgraded, some things stayed the same, a little different looks, a little different, with the times. I know right now a big thing is that they're getting rid of a lot of badges, and they're putting Toyota across, or maybe they'll start putting Subaru, or the Forester. I like the badges. I don't like the whole letters. So all right, guys. Well, here you go. Taking a look at two Subaru Foresters. Hopefully, at least 3 of you find it interesting. See you, everybody.